Oh my god, my stomach's making so much noise. It's like a fucking whale. None of this is usable. None of this is usable, huh? Hello everybody, my name is Laura. This is King Dickens. Today I want to show you my TBR for the rest of the year. There's only 4 months left and I have quite a few classics and books that I've had on my shelf for a long time that I want to get to. And so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 books here to show you today. Let's just do it! We all know the story of Dracula, or at least we all know the idea of Dracula. It is a supernatural fiction novel following a vampire called Dracula. I have wanted to read this one for ages. I actually didn't realize that he was Irish. Not Dracula, but Bram Stoker. Dracula with an Irish accent. Stop the state of it. I didn't realize Bram Stoker was Irish until a few weeks ago, and I'll be honest, that is the only reason I picked this up. So the next book is The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. This cover is gorgeous. It is a Bloomsbury Modern Classics edition. I don't know much about this one other than that there are gods and they're hella gay. And that's why I bought it. I'll be honest, let's just say gay and I will pay. That sounds weird. All I really know about this one is that there is a young prince, Patroclus, you know him, we all know him. He's exiled to a court of a king and his son is Achilles, I think that's how you say it. And they become best friends and they fall in love. And we ship it already and I haven't even read it yet, so that's the tea. Okay. Ew, Jesus, I need to stretch more. The next book that I have is The Dragon Reborn by Robert Jordan. This is the 3rd book in the Wheel of Time series. These covers are the biggest pain in the ass to read. You could kill someone with this. Basically, we're following Rand, the main character, and his group of friends. They live in a small village. The village is attacked, and this woman, who we would see as a witch, she's called an Aes Sedai. Her name is Moraine, and she tells them that they need to get the fuck out of here right now because they are being targeted. They are being chased by the villain, and I can't remember his name. He's coming for their wig, so they need to run. And that's the 1st book. So that is the Wheel of Time. Jesus Christ. That is the Wheel of Time series. I'm on the 3rd book. Well, I'm not on it, but I'm going on to the 3rd book. The series is fantastic so far. I adore it. There's 14 books in the series. But I'm enjoying them so much. So that used to intimidate me before I started the 1st book. Now that I'm in the series a tiny bit, it doesn't intimidate me that much anymore, so I cannot wait to get to this one. So the next book that I have has come recommended to me so many times. It is Giovannis Room by James Baldwin. This has been recommended to me ever since I read The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde last year. It's now one of my absolute favorite books, top 5, top 10. I love it so much, and this has been recommended to me ever since. Basically, what I know about Giovanni's Room is there is a young man called David. He falls in love with a man called Giovanni. They are together, and eventually David's girlfriend comes back home from a trip and their relationship suffers. They have to act like it never happened, and so that fucks up everything in their lives. I love James Baldwin. I love watching his interviews on YouTube from back in the day. I think he is a fantastic speaker, so I cannot wait to get into this one and read his fiction. I also want to read his non-fiction. I want to read everything of his. I think he is fantastic. They used the beginning of a book that he was writing before he passed away in the documentary I Am Not Your Negro. I will leave the trailer link down below. It's an absolutely fantastic documentary. It's narrated by Samuel L. Jackson. Brilliant. I watched it a few weeks ago and thought it was fantastic, and I would highly recommend that you watch it if you like James Baldwin, or if you're just looking for a new documentary to watch. I love James Baldwin so much. I cannot wait to read this. I should have read this a long time ago. Next, I have Crime and Punishment by Fyodor Dostoevsky. I definitely said that name wrong. I'm so sorry. From what I gather, and I could be wrong, Crime and Punishment is about a young man who commits murder and then immediately regrets it and is trying to avoid getting caught, being punished for the crime. I have wanted to get into Russian classics and Russian literature for the longest time now, and I still haven't started because I am so intimidated. But I have this one, which my mom got me for Christmas. Thank you, Mother Tolerance. I have The Idiot, also by Fyodor Dostoevsky. I have War and Peace by Leo Tolstoy. I have a couple of others, I think. I've just wanted to read their works for a long time, Leo Tolstoy, Fyodor Dostoevsky, so I asked for this, and I got it. This is the Penguin Deluxe Edition, absolutely stunning, and I cannot wait to read this book. Next, I have another gothic novel, Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier. I have been wanting to read this book for so long, but there's so much hype around it and so much love around it on BookTube and on Goodreads that I am so intimidated and I'm so scared. It sounds exactly like the kind of book that I would like. I love gothic novels, I love gothic classics, I love horror, I love all that fun jazz. So this is right up my street. This is the kind of book in my mind that I would love, but that scares me because if I read it and I don't like it, I will be so disappointed. Basically, this is about a woman. She gets married to a man who was previously married. They move into his house where the woman he was married to lived with him when they were married. And the woman starts to haunt her. Her ghost starts to haunt the new wife, is what I gathered. That was the worst description I've ever said in my entire life. The ghost of the dead wife starts to haunt Rebecca. That's as good as I'm gonna get with the descriptions here today. 2 more books to show you and then I will let you go. So the next book that I have is The Stand by Stephen King. I don't know why they made it so small because it's so much more intimidating. If they had brought it up a little bit, it wouldn't be as big. But anyway, this is 1,400 pages long. That is the only reason that this intimidates me. I know I'm going to like this one. I just have a feeling in my gut. Ew. What I know, not very much. A man escapes a biological testing facility and he spreads whatever he has got to 99% of the population within a few weeks, or within the human race. 99% of humanity within a few weeks. So there are very few survivors. They're terrified. They have absolutely no idea what to do. A couple of people decide to build a community and they're probably going to be extremely controlling. They're probably going to be dickheads. It's going to be a whole ride. Stephen King's villains are fantastic. I love them so much. So I can't wait to read this one. I am so excited to dive into this world. Like I said, the only thing that intimidates me is the size. That's what she said. I love Stephen King. I'm going to talk about him a lot on this channel. So strap in, boys. Last but not least, I have Take Courage, Anne Bronte and the Art of Life by Samantha Ellis. I read her book How to Be a Heroine last year and I would say it's one of my favorite books of all time. It's a non-fiction book and so is this. This is basically her, I'm gonna get a bit closer, expressing her love for Anne Bronte and her works. They are The Tenant of Wildfell Hall and Agnes Grey. My personal favourite being Agnes Grey, the very first Bronte book that I read last year, and I loved it so much. It is so cute, so sweet. I love it. Why is my voice going so high? I cannot wait to read this one because I personally love Anne Bronte as a writer. I think she seems like she was an absolute sweetheart. And I can't wait to dive into this one. I love the Brontes. I went to see the Bronte parsonage last year and I adored it. My mom took me for my birthday and it was fantastic. No, for Christmas. No, for my birthday. For Christmas. It was the coolest thing ever. I love them so much. I would love to make a video on them sometime because I adore them so much. And Anne is my personal favorite. So when I heard of this after reading her other book, How to Be a Heroine, where she talks about some of her favorite classical authors, I had to pick this up because I have all the faith in Samantha Ellis. All the faith. That is so different to all of the other books that I've just shown that are like apocalyptic, vampires, blood, death, murder, ghost, and then it's just like young love. They are all the books that I would really love to get to in the last few months of 2020. My glasses are slipping off my head. I really hope that you enjoyed it. I really hope that I wasn't too annoying. Like I said in my last video, I'm very new to this. This is my very first, or this is my second video of me being in the video. And I'm nervous as all hell, but it's all G, sis. That's the tea, sis. So that is the video. I really hope that you enjoyed it. If any of these are some of your favorites, please let me know because I will get to them sooner. I have been in a major reading slump this past month. I haven't read anything yet, and I think we're on the 19th of August, but I have been listening to David Copperfield by Charles Dickens on Scribd. So I am reading something, but it's just I haven't finished anything, and that's usually never the case. And my earrings are making so much noise. Oh my god, that's gonna piss me off so much when I'm editing. Oh my god. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if any of these are your favorites. Anyway, that's me, and that's you, and that's us, and that's the video. I'm gonna stop talking now.